update face all together. And I think that's going to be our main conversation today.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I guess it's the biggest MAA we have participated. Right now we have like hosted an MAA with Binance, and it was a lot, less people than here. So yeah, congratulations on that, Koji.
Yeah, it's the
Well,
biggest anime so far.
that thanks to you
For sure.
guys. I mean, that's you also. You have created an amazing community, and everybody's there. Whoa. My moderators, I mean, if you can please, I mean, put like on a slow mo, like pretty strict, like make it like for like, I don't know, 45 seconds at least, because this is unbearable to read. I'm not going to be thanking for all the donations and people that follow my channel. I love you with all my heart. I might mention you at the end, but right now we have to concentrate. So, guys, I don't know. I mean, you know how I am. We can improvise this and hit you with so many questions, or we can start reading. You want to give like a statement regarding what happened, or you don't want to talk about all the movement that happened with the coin, with the token.
We can touch on all of those topics, right? Because many of the people that are coming here are actually waiting for a statement on that front, right? They are waiting for us to tell them what we think about it. And I think it might be a good idea to let them know how we feel, right?
Sure. So I'm gonna straight up. I can give you like a main question, and this is what everybody wants to hear. I guess everybody wants to hear. What the heck happened? What is any of what happened was your responsibility or not? Trying to bring, let's say, new updates a little bit faster. I mean, you were doing it like weekly, but this one is that we had a small hiatus, like almost 2 weeks. I know you were gonna do something, but what happened for real? And there are many people saying that it was you, that you were holding tokens in different accounts, all that. Can you give us a plain explanation of what happened? What's the reality? There are so many weird stories going around. Give us your perspective. What happened? What are you trying to do to control it? And what is the truth about all this?
Yeah, maybe we can start explaining what happened with the token price or the price action on the eternal price. Yeah. So basically, the eternal price is driven by the community trust and only the community trust. That's all. We don't. We as a developers, we don't have like any action on the token price, regardless of the development of the project. So yeah, the project was very hyped, like a lot. Like we know that the community loves the game, the community loves the trust on the developers, and we we're very glad that your community is very lovely with us. But that caused a lot of doubts when the price is start going down. So it's hard for play to earn community, because play to earn community is really hard. Like right now, there's too many projects that have like mm, many projects that only last long like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and when people they start seeing the price drops, they are like panic selling and stuff. So yeah, that's the main reason that the token prices start going down. And yeah, we only can uh, to talk with the user, talk with the big investors, and talk, mm, maybe to recover the trust on the game, because as I say, the token price is only driven with the trust of the users on the project, and the project has no change at all. The fundamental of the project has no change at all. So it was only panic sold, and that's all.
So it's
Yeah.
100% panic. So, I mean, there are many. So it has nothing to do with you. You haven't sold any of your tokens. It's not your second, third, fourth, like wallet, family wallets. You are putting your hand in your heart. That has nothing to do with you guys.
Yeah, we have like your Unicredit wallet. We have like these token unlocked tokens. And yeah, we sold tokens in the past, but you can watch the transaction. There's like, I don't know, we sold and send tokens for your partners to like ASWAP. We have send liquidity for them. Gate.io, we send liquidity for them. We need to sell tokens in order to get liquidity for another project to another DEX or SEX to have liquidity for Eternal. And yeah, you can watch the transaction. We have like an strict policy on this. We don't sell tokens when the price is going down, and the user can go and watch. We have to sell tokens like in 5-6 days, and maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one was for liquidity on HSwap. We have this is one of the next DEX we want to be listed. And Abaca Finance is another good one. We sell tokens from that wallet. But yeah, we know that we have like a big chunk of the percentage of tokens holds. And if we going in the medium, we're going through another economic models to avoid this kind of situation. Yeah.
So you're gonna okay, that's good to hear. So we're gonna try to avoid. I mean, I think it's impossible to avoid also like what just happened, because I mean, if there is a big whale with a huge community behind that's what the rumors are saying, and he starts this food and makes fun of everything on social media. Everybody's been following the main wallet that started this on Monday. There is nothing we can do about it. I mean, in reality, to stop someone to buy, unless you're gonna put like a cap of, I don't know, something. But you can do it within the game. Within the game, you can do something regarding how people exchange. But this whale actually was just with the token. It was actually doing creating food with a token. So, okay, well, that's an explanation. I don't know. Somebody in English. I see a lot of people that want to do it in Spanish, but today is in English. The decision was today to make it in English. So I'm providing this in English for the community. Tomorrow is going to be one in Spanish, 100%. But today we're going to try to ask the best. I wanted to get that out. I don't know if you want us to go into already whatever you put in Medium and all the changes that I'm bringing, that you guys are bringing to us, and why these are the changes that will bring Cryptomines again, to the moon. That is what everybody wants to do, because right now the food is still there. I have seen the wallets. People are not joining the game that much. I mean, the liquidity pool is a little bit. I mean, it's decreasing compared to what it was always growing. So people want to know what do we do now? And I think you're in the right spot right now going forward.
Yeah, sure. This is the reason why we bring so many updates, right? We had many of these features already in mind. We had been working towards these features for a long time, and we were also planning on releasing them by about December 10th, right? So we're bringing this in a sort of a rushed manner, so the players can also see where we aim with Cryptomines, right? Many people asked us at various points what was the vision for Cryptomines, right? Where do we want to take it? Where do we gonna go? What do we want to do, right? And we were always working on many of these features, since these features are not to be implemented in a day or two. We currently are working day and night towards this, and have been working day and night since this tip started, which is why we have made several announcements, right, for people to remain calm, since this is a community-driven game, right? We always depend on the community. We depend on them. They depend on themselves, right? It's a community-driven game, and we are doing our best to, let's say, give up, for the lack of a better words and in my limited vocabulary, right? A part of our tokens, so players can feel at ease, right? Many players also had many worries when they see the Unicrypt wallet, and many people that actually haven't really entered the game before because of these token holdings, right? In this crypto world, having many tokens as developers or whatever the case may be is always frowned upon, because the crypto community gets scared, right? A rug pull is very simple to make these days. Which is why many projects do not even show faces or anything like that. So in this case, we are aiming towards trust by the community by changing everything to how we monetize the game, right? And how the game will be monetized. We'll also be working with when you start reading the Medium. When we'll start reading the Medium, you'll see that we actually aim towards increasing liquidity with these changes, so players can actually keep improving this this feature, right? The liquidity is something very talked about by a lot of people. So yeah, we're aiming towards improving that front.
Where we're going. Like, okay, I understand everything that you came here. First of all, thank you very much for everybody that is. I just realized that we have almost 15,000 people live between both chats. So that's a record for the channel. So thank you for that. But the people are still a lot of people in Spanish. And I want to get this out of my system and people telling me, why the decision to start with this in English? Why first English? I mean, because many people keep saying like 80% of the players are Hispanics. You have the statistics. Is this a fact? Is not a fact? People don't know the reality. It's not as many people, or maybe where does the money come from? You know all those stats. I don't have them.
Yeah, we
Just look at the
have
music.
stats, and the Spanish community is big, but like the other communities are big as well. Like Philippines communities are bigger like than ever. Maybe they are not here, but because they are asleep right now, this is they are in another side of the world actually. So, but yeah, they need to know what is happening and everything around Cryptomines, and yeah, maybe the community that is here on your screen is like claiming the Spanish MAA because your community is Spanish, so yeah.
But we do have a lot of people around the world, and not everyone understands English, but it's the easiest way to translate to their native language.
Yeah.
So we thought that's for the better.
No,
It's useful for
I
everyone.
agree with you on that. I mean, English is more international, and I understand. I mean, if you have communities for all over Europe, and you have even the Brazilians, I mean, the Brazil community is huge, and the Asians, everybody in Asia, it's a lot easier to do it in English to translate. But I mean, I don't know. You know, my community is in Spanish. When I read how many wallets come from Venezuela, from Argentina, things like that, it looks like they're pretty big. But I don't know. I just wanted to ask because everybody's there going crazy. Guys, we're talking in English like very slow. We're trying to pronounce properly. If you're from, you know, Latin America or Spain and any place that speaks Spanish, you're going to be fine. We're talking as slow as we can. Why don't we go with the medium, guys? Because if this is going to take very long if we continue doing like this. And I'm going to show right there we have the medium. And you started saying right away that we're going to build Cryptomines together, the roadmap to 2022. So this is what we're trying. We're going to pick up from whatever these whales did to the game, and we're going to bring an amazing game for 2022 with a bunch of solutions in order to give sustainability to the game. Am I right with this?
For sure. Yeah. Yes.
Perfect. So we'll start with the new planets. We're going to have new planets. What can you tell me about it? As soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, that's too much money for whoever invests this. It looks pretty crazy. Tell us, what is the idea behind these new planets and why so much money if you hit it in that 30% or whatever percentage you get?
Oh. Yeah, sure. Regarding these new planets, we were always thinking how to best scale, right? This let's say, multiplicative rewards, right? These exponential rewards are quite difficult to scale when you try and keep upgrading the amount of mind power required, right? In order for it to be worth it, it needs to scale the same as it was scaling before, right? So our solution to this, let's say, issue was actually make only 3 planets, which will require huge amounts of mind power. Thus, this will allow us to actually revalorize, right? Let's say to make a new value for all of the high rarity workers and high rarity ships, right? Since they were mostly unused at the moment, they were mostly being taken by people who were looking for 4,900 mind power fleets, right?
Yes.
With these changes, we also what we accomplish with this is actually making the players who took the decision right beforehand to get more mind power, to get more slots on their fleets, to be able to reward them with a reward that right on an eternal reward that was worthy of what they invested, right? This is the main idea behind these planets. And of course, they will have different mechanics, as we've stated before. The rates will actually impact the success rate of these new planets. So that will be important. The maximum success rate that will be able to be achieved will also be kept, right? So these people to be able to gain these rewards, right? We'll be playing with the success rate on that front as well. And the fuel costs will also be varied, since the fuel cost has been linear when coming behind this, right? When coming before. So all of those features will allow us to make these planets and pay those rewards, along with helping the players who invested and who will buy this level of fleets, right? And these main power fleets, they're pretty expensive as well. So yeah, we've also made these planets on a different scale than before. We actually took a lot of different variables, which we feel actually help it make it more interesting, right? It makes it more interesting because there are many features involved with this, and this will also fit into our land system, which will be coming up next.
Yeah, that's what it was exactly what I was gonna ask. First of all, I think these type, I mean, regarding specifically these new planets and everything, you're talking about like heavy investors. It's not like for the regular Joe that is gonna come with only $200 to try to make a buck. It's not gonna be a big difference. What you are offering is like, because of this, the economy in general is gonna be healthy again, and those small investors are gonna have a safe investment. Am I right? Because this is basically for people. I mean, for people that don't know me, I have like a bunch of fleets. I'm a heavy investor, and I'm holding a lot of Eternal, and I don't sell because I believe in the project, and I'm not here to try to make a bleed. So, and you can see it in my streams, by the way. This is basically something that is going to help the ecosystem, but it's only people that have a lot of buying power in order to get it. Or you're going to make some mechanism that the average Joe is going to be able to scale into these levels. That's a very important. And when are you going to put this? When are you going to implement this? For example, that's a big question, because we're talking about lands, we're talking about new planets and new systems. How fast can we see this?
First of all, when talking about the investment of the players and who will scale to these planets, right? You're correct in assuming that it is indeed for the higher budgets, right?
Yes.
Many players can also scale to this when reinvestment of the game, right? When people invest in the game, they get more mind power and they're able to scale towards these new heights, so to speak, right? So yes, players do have ways to access these new planets. They're able to do it when they reinvest. It is the way intended for the game to be played. If you enter the game with let's say a low budget, and you start with a set amount of MP, which is very low, you are able to keep scaling and to gain these rewards in the future, right? And this also incentivizes the players to reinvesting on the game, right? Which is the main idea
Yes.
behind it all. So this will also, as you said before, this will also help our lower mind power players. Why? Because there's an steady influx, right, of high capital, which will be able to keep the economy healthier, right? I know many people are scared right now of whales. I know many people don't like whales. I know it's a popular thing to hate, right? And we also know that they can do as much harm as they do good, right? But whales are important, and they are basically there in to keep the economies healthy, right? Big investment helps the price. When prices go up, people are happy. When prices go down, people are not happy, of course. But this is in large scale due to the investment of people who have a lot of money. So we cannot shy away from those sort of investments.
Okay, I understand. I see in the chat that some people didn't get. I mean, I think he did answer a little bit about the average Joe. Maybe not. You didn't see it. Yes, it did. They just said that it is. It is. If it is for the big. I mean, the people that have big pockets right now to get right away to this. But this is gonna make. It's basically what I was saying, and he just confirming that yes, the average Joe is gonna be able to scale faster to these levels. I mean, this is gonna be healthy, and this is where they are betting everything to make it healthier. If you create another, okay, I have heard a lot about creating a second token. I'm not a fan about a second token. Did it ever cross your minds to create a second token to try to avoid the extraction of the token? I don't agree with that. From the whales, I think the whales are unavoidable. Am I right with that statement?
Yeah. Creating a second token is like it's not good for the economy. The economy, the game is driven by eternal, and it's gonna keep like that. Like if we create another token, we need to put liquidity on that token again. We need to the user need to add liquidity to add another token. And if we don't do that, that secondary tokens will be like uh, the same volatile as the eternally. So it's better to add liquidity to the current token, the eternal token, and yeah, that's your like mitigation for the waves.
Yeah. So can we have a time? They're asking a lot about the time on this. Can you? Because
Sure.
I see your
Yeah.
medium. I mean your meter article, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna bring things in this order. What is the first change that is happening, and if you have an exact date?
Yeah. The first change we can make like right away is the change on the economic model of the devs. It's like we can do it like maybe in a few days if we agree with that, and yeah, start working with that, and that will give out the food and about the developers having all the tokens and stuff. So yeah, we can start working on that like right away. Yeah, maybe Itos can explain more.
And
on that.
that's regarding the changing of economic model, no? That change
plan
is
is
the one
to-
that you can start right away, where you're gonna have a small fee of 40 cents that is gonna be charging BNB, and we can read all about that. But I mean, Hiro,
Yeah.
if you want to talk about that in a second, guys, I'm trying to read as much as I can from you. You have amazing questions, but also we have to go through the medium because the medium is quite long, and we don't want to be here 4 hours. We want to try to summarize this and have the right questions. Let's see if we finish with the medium. I'll try to read the best questions that you guys have. I know you're doing a great job. I saw a bunch of donations. I appreciate all of you. But let's try to work on this. And then when we have really, really, really like important questions that we left, that we didn't cover, we go back to you. Okay, guys? Because I'm getting extremely distracted. And the guys also, we have to focus. So, Hiro, tell us a little bit. So, what's the first change that you're gonna do? And I'm putting right now on the screen. I just went to the second part, which is a change of economic model to monetize the project.
Yeah, for sure. The first thing we would like to make is the change of the economic model, as Milo said. it's the simplest thing to implement, and it's the one of the main causes of food, right? In regards to the game. So getting, let's so to say, rid of those tokens will actually improve the trust of the community and of new players in the crypto space that can enter the game or can even buy the token, right? This is one of the main ways we have to combat these feelings of uncertainty that are going on. And this is this is the best way to start the medium, which is why it comes right after planets. Before, right after this change of economic model, we're planning on adding a couple things, which is the loot boxes, the opening of those loot boxes,
Okay.
and the cosmetic boxes, right? This is the eternal boxes, so that's the one we're talking about. After that, we'll probably make the new planets. All of this is in the span of a couple of weeks, right? We need a couple of weeks to be able to deploy everything and make the front end look pretty for the players. I think this will be the main features that are coming up like as soon as possible. I cannot give you actually a certain date. I cannot say this will be done on Tuesday, because if we have it done sooner, it'll be deployed soon.
Okay, so just to rephrase all this, the changes of the economic model, which is a small fee of 40 cents that I'm looking right now, charging BNB, the other 14 cents that it will be going to the reward pool, plan is 1 to 5. All this part is the one that you're going to try to implement as soon as possible, in less than a week. That's the promise you're giving. Less than a week. Can we give it a time?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. For sure, we can start working on and deploy these features in less than a week.
Okay, but we because we need them. We need them. I mean, I have to make these questions like this because that's what the community needs to hear. They need to hear
Sure.
that things are gonna happen soon. Because right now, I mean, I continue minting, but the minting went to none. The marketplace is a little bit no, it's pretty much a stock. There are people that are still with the food. I mean, I understand that it was going to happen. Thank God. I mean, so many people saw opportunity when it reached almost $50 and they bought it back to almost 160. And right now it's steady at 120. I don't know how much it's right now because I'm not looking at it. But well, it's very important to have all these changes. So well, as soon as you can bring this time, you're gonna I have a question about this specifically. So if you give me this within a week, you're gonna have something else for next week. And next week, are you gonna continue doing weekly? I think weekly updates is what keeps games alive in this world of NFT gaming. Are you gonna keep doing things like that, or you're gonna spread them even longer?
Yeah, for sure. Like raid boxes, I don't think they are like almost ready to be deployed as well. So yeah, we have like a very good planning on all of this stuff. So yeah, weekly over week we can start delivering stuff like ours.
Okay. You're
Yeah,
gonna improve the
we
liquidity and you're gonna do mass mints. That's for me is amazing. I'm a minter. Sometimes I have 1,000 freaking boxes and it takes me many days of my life without my kids. So now you're gonna have mass minting. So due to the current low token, many of our users are concerned about the liquidity status of the project. For this reason, we will make an important change on the mint of both spacecraft and workers. The mass minting option will be added so that all users can make mints in a simple and fast way. Added to this, the price of the mint will be changed. It will be $15 in Eternal and $5 in BNB, which is great. I think that is a pretty good solution. People that understands why that's happening, and well, we could talk about it. But my question about this is again, how fast are we gonna have this? My question is when do we get all this? Because everything on paper looks beautiful, but at the end of the day, we need them to be implemented. We need dates. So when do you think the mass minting and this new, because this is gonna add new liquidity, how fast it could be implemented?
Yeah. Mass minting was a feature were developing since like weeks, and actually it's not an idea from this like a scenario. We have like this idea from weeks ago, and we are pretty advanced on that feature. So yeah, it can be implemented in few days as well.
Okay, that's very good. Very good, very good. I'm reading a little bit. I mean, people with 1,000 questions. I know there are some people asking, what is minting? Come on, man. Come on, guys. 15,000 people, and we don't know what minting is. Minting is when you go there and it says mint your spaceship or mint your worker. That's what minting means. It's when you spend those $20 for your luck of the 45% of getting a rare one, or your 1% of getting a rare 5. That's what it's called, minting. Okay, when you are gonna create your NFT. Guys, now we're jumping to the lands, which the lands, I guess, is we're getting into this metaverse conversation of being able to create like sustainability within a game. I would love you to see it, because I was in a conference, an NFT conference away. I haven't read anything about it. So this, you have to take the floor and let me know what's going on, what is your idea, when they're coming out, and why this is so important for our game.
For sure. Before coming into Lens, I'd like to state before that on the mass minting part, we actually changed it for the dollars and in BNB for liquidity, right? Since liquidity was a thing on most people's mouth, I think it's important to acknowledge it and tell them that it'll be improved so they can feel safer, right, in making their trades. So that is why we're adding a little charge on BNB when minting, right? Now, coming into Lens, right? This is an idea that we've been actually pondering for a long time. It's been quite difficult, right, to find a way to implement it without making huge waves in the community, right? Because lands are something that every metaverse requires, right? Every metaverse that has been seen, and every metaverse that will be coming will have some sort of land system which allows players to earn their passive rewards, right? And be able to trust and believe in a game in the future and its development. So it'll help its economy to stay more stable than it was before, right? That's the main idea behind lands.
No, we understand that. Any time frame for them? It's about time frames.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny.
I know,
there are people in the chat, well, in Spanish, some of those that saying, comparing again with other games that totally failed, and saying that they made so many like fundamentals every 2 days. There is a big difference. Those fundamentals was just to keep more money in their pockets and destroy their game. This is to save the game and to make it better and to make it last longer and get to the point to try to make it sustainable. That's a huge difference with that game that you're making the weird comparison that it has nothing to do with this. So that's why I'm not even gonna go there. And I hate that game, so I don't know why you bring it up. So tell me, when is this coming? Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, time frame for the lands will be early 2022. It can't come sooner than that, but we'll be implementing them soon enough. As soon as they're ready, we'll be deploying it, and we will also be able to reach all the players with this update. Since I know it hasn't been announced before, but one of our plans, it was sort of announced, right? It was hinted, right? One of our plans was this, to have a faction called Federation, right? Federation holders will have many benefits, including one of those being in the whitelist for the lands. So fleets that are pertaining to the Federation faction will be very coveted.
Okay. And you're gonna have a lot of things. You can purchase lands, exploration license system,
Yeah, the idea behind the lands is that it'll be a self-sustaining system, right? Where players will have, let's say, the owners of the lands will own sort of a part of Cryptomines, right? There will be owners of the licenses of the players. So all of these charges will be taken in by them in different percentages depending on the rarity of the land.
Yeah, all the changes they show, but nothing they're offering to increase the reward to the average player. Um, Shingo, I'm reading to your question. Remember, I mean, I'm gonna answer that for you guys. Sorry. He's saying that wow, yeah, everything that you show in the. Thank you for the donations. I'm looking at a lot of donations. So he's saying like, wow, yeah, great. Everything that you show in the media, you're showing a lot of things that are going to the liquidity pool, more fees that are gonna be put into whatever we do, and the changes for the BME. But what about increase our rewards for the people? For the people, I mean, first of all, I'll answer that and you correct me, guys. We have to make the game sustainable. Okay, we have to make the game, great again. I don't want to use that slogan, but it's the reality. We have to make the game work out properly again. It just got a big hit from whales and people manipulating the token and creating a huge food. Other content creators very big that they were not even involved in this game talking crap when they shouldn't have. But I mean, when you're an a-hole, you will be an a-hole forever. So that's what's been happening the past 2 days. So that needs to be fixed first. And then we're talking about the rewards. And all due respect to the person that made that question and whoever has the doubt, I think the rewards that we're getting for Cryptomines at any level, they're great, man. I mean, your ROI is great. Sometimes I have said it that they should lower it. We are really spoiled with all these games that offer us like for $100 you make like $1,000 in 4 days. That's not the reality of the world that we live in. That's not something that is sustainable. So Cryptomines have done an amazing job. And actually, Manuel, you started saying that Manuel said like, wow, I mean, so many games that we have seen come and fail after 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks, because they gave a ROI that was stupid. The ROI in Cryptomines is like quite amazing. And we're here 3 months after with more than 30 million in liquidity pool. In liquidity, not in liquidity pool, in the liquidity. I mean, we are in 2 different centralized dexes. I mean, I think you guys are doing a great job, and I hope we can get to that point to make it sustainable. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to add anything else? I mean, from your own voice and how to keep up, peace of mind to those people, because also you have so many drops coming. Those are rewards.
Yeah, I can't understand the people that are saying that we need to increase the rewards because the vast majority of users want to get rich quick and easy, and that's a reality. But yeah, we want the game to be to last long than ever, and the only the only stuff that is killing the game or maybe killing is the token price, and the way to mitigate that price action on the game is to add more liquidity, and that's why we have this kind of stuff or incentivize the liquidity on your medium boss. That's your mitigation for that.
Yeah, any other thing would be like printing more money. That is not going to help anybody. Like printing more money doesn't work.
Yeah, printing more money is not. That's all.
Rolling, bro. Okay. Increase the withdrawal penalty to 75%. I disagree with those people that keep saying like things like that. I don't know if you want to talk about it a little bit. People say increase the withdrawal penalty to 75% and then decrease it to 5% daily until it gets to 0. So being very aggressive on how long people have to keep their money in. I don't think that's the problem, but I'm gonna toss something to you. Since this happened, a lot of people they are being saying and everything and been doing it, which is nothing wrong. Like to take the loss of the 30%, pay that, and just withdraw. I think in the long term, if we don't have the minting and we don't make the market work again, that will drain the game. So what is happening to avoid all that? And what do you think about making like those statements, like make it 75%, and then lower it after 15, after 10 days, you do 5% a day. That's very aggressive. So if you can give me the answer for both of those questions.
Yeah, sure.
That's actually pretty aggressive, and it's just going to delay what is happening right now and can actually create more fear, because people may think that we're trying to enclose what they can do and limit their actions, and this is supposed to be a free market, so you have to be able to choose when you want to buy or sell or move whatever you want to do. It is it is actually dangerous to control these kind of things, because it can make it all happen in one way and at the same time. And that is the problem with the markets. When everyone is selling at the same time, everything is going down. What you have to try to find is to balance some people selling and some people buying in different times of the day and different times of the week. So we can implement that kind of control.
Yeah,
that'd be holding people hostage. And
we're not doing that.
I agree with you with that. I think it creates more food. Other games have tried to do something like that, and actually it was counterproductive, in my opinion. But it's like that. And then what was the second part that I gave you? Sorry.
Yeah, we're really our philosophy has always been a decentralized game, right? So making those sort of changes, like Robert said, will be keeping people hostage on the game until someone thinks it worth it for them to be able to claim the tokens again, right? We'll be basically breaking all of their trust, all of the people's trust and invested in the game that may indeed not want to keep playing anymore, right? This creates more fear. What we want to build with all of our new updates and all of our on this MA and all of our statements is create trust with the people, because we have always been transparent. We have always announced all of the things that we're making, and we have always told them what they needed to know, right? And what needs to be known. And in this case, is that breaking that cycle of trust by keeping people away from the play button is not something we're really comfortable with doing at the moment.
What about the 30%? I mean, that people are that. I mean, that's something with all these changes that you're making. Even if people keep getting their profits with a 30% penalty, you think all these changes that you're making that pretty soon in the first week, it will mitigate whatever damage that might be causing to the liquidity pool?
Yeah, it will depend entirely on the state of the game, right? The reward pool is still in a healthy state, or if the entire player base were to decide and proceed with this sort of strategy, right? With claiming and swapping all the rewards without any sort of reinvestment, that will of course not hold for very long. Since our ecosystem would start giving more tokens as the price depletes, right? So it's really difficult. We explored many different methods, like for example, I don't know, people have offered us many sort of solutions, right? Many people have said, no, stop the claiming rewards. Other people say something like, I don't know, set a bigger timer for the taxes, right? Set it up on 100% and it'll come down from there. Some people say stuff like, I don't know, stabilize the Oracle system to make it higher, like other games have done before. And this doesn't really avoid these issues. They are way too extreme and authoritarian to suddenly come here and start changing the rules of the game because of the panic of the people. And many of those people don't do it for others, right? They do it for themselves. So they're not really looking for the good of the community. They're just trying to stabilize some sort of forced order that that will actually punish the players that trusted the game, right?
Yeah.
That's not fair for everyone, for anyone. We're not. We come here to deliver trust that we believe in our game. We believe in decentralization. We believe that this is a community-owned game. We believe in the ownership of the community of the Eternal token, and we believe that they will do what's best for the game. Which is why we're also adding the voting power on the new features, right? We believe that the community knows what they want, and
Yeah, I
what
love
they
that.
want is what Cryptomines will be.
I love that feature, by the way, the voting power that we're all going to have. There are a lot of good questions. I mean, I don't know if they were my mods, but they were very big, like paragraphs, and they were giving like a nice question, and it got erased. I don't know if you put a bad word, but I doubt it. I apologize if things are getting erased. Remember, I mean, I am in Spanish, so I don't know if my bot is doing. There are a lot of questions well, do this, do that to avoid whales to come back and try to do it. I think we have talked about this. I don't think it's that easy because, I mean, it's a public token. And, if somebody comes with $2 million and wants to buy it right now, and then the token goes to 500 and they sell, there is nothing we can do about it. There are no methods to control that. So I don't see it. You can control whatever is within your game, which is the whales inside the game, and that's controllable with all these things. There are many questions that saying I didn't know this. I mean, and they have asked like a lot. They're saying that you listed, not you, Gate.io, they listed the token at 72 when it was actually a lot higher. Is that a fact, or what the heck are they talking about?
Yeah, we listed on get.io, but get.io was like a collateral about all of this, but they have like nothing to do with the price action. They have like pretty good volume on their sets, but it's like no, like we had 200 millions volume and they have like 4 millions only. So Gate.io has nothing to do with this movement at all.
Yeah, the initial listing there was a little lower than the current PooCoin price, but remember that PooCoin is just a tracker. It's not the same price you exchange when you go to PancakeSwap or Bswap or whatever. So it's more close to the actual price when you exchange, not only the price on the chart. And that was what Gate.io did. They did a close price, a little smaller, yeah, probably to make the people to make the token attractive to their investors, but it go balanced really quickly. So it had nothing to do with anything.
Also, you had a limitation of how much you could buy, so it was almost nothing.
Okay. Well, that's not okay. I understand now. I still. Okay. I hope everybody's clear with this. But then I have another big question that I think we can bring in, which is in trouble. These guys keep saying, guys, you know what is going on every day when it's going to be 0 UTC. There is people are really playing with the token. It's ridiculous the way they play, the way they mint, the way they mine with hundreds of thousands of fleets. And I was going to ask you, never cross your mind. And I think it would be really good. I don't know, chat, kill me. And you guys, I mean, developers, kill me. I think it's very good. And I mean, I have talked to other content creators that have tons of fleets. Why don't you make like separate everybody, like make it a schedule, like a time frame, so you avoid these exploits? Because it's like everybody, I would say like 70% of the people are doing all their mining and their trickery 1 hour prior and 1 hour after of that time. It's like crazy. And I don't know if that's healthy. What would happen if you separate when do we have to mine? Because now there are people that have like, I mean, I have friends with over 200 fleets. This is something that it's dangerous, in my opinion, when so many people, and you have the statistics. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the percentage is not that high, but I think it would solve what some of the questions are being asked about. How do you solve that problem? What is happening close to 0 UTC?
If you if we wanted to split it in like 3 groups because of the factions or something like that, how will you personally feel if you were the last one every day to mine?
Me, if I have a time, I mean, you can give time frames in a 6-hour span, and
I
you
mean,
put
isn't
4
that what you're
blocks. Now, I don't want to mention the game, but you know,
exactly?
a game that kind of did it, and it wasn't. I mean, they did it for other reasons. You would do it just to avoid these exploits.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't feel bad if I'm the last. Okay, you're saying like if the token is so volatile, how bad would I feel that I couldn't do the mining when I had the opportunity to take advantage of the token being low, something like that?
Yeah, if all the people is going to try to take advantage or just mine, claim, and sell, and the price is going to go more down. When you're the last one, you are the one who has less options to choose. And I think most of the people who fall in that spot will be mad, and it will create another type of food. I think we're not closer to that option. We can analyze it, but that's the first mistake I think we're going to make if we do that.
So how do
Yeah,
how do we fix all the food and all the? It's not food. So how that issue that we're having close to 00 UTC? Can we do something about that? I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, and it's true. And there are people asking a lot about it. It's like the market goes crazy 1 hour before and 1 hour after, and it feels very manipulated.
Sure, as long as many people get as many people get their rewards, right, they'll see their whatever way they think it's best to spend their tokens, right? I understand what players are saying, and they obviously would like for to be some sort of let's say tax or penalization, right? When people do this sort of
behavior.
behaviors, yeah, to take advantage of these sorts of uh, behavioral in the market, right? So we have actually explored this idea of dividing into 3 groups, like I said before, right? However, we think it was not, or it is not actually something that is affecting the price that much. Right now and currently, the price is being affected single-handedly by the food, yeah, by the claims, by the players, and by the community, right? So what we aim to achieve with this is not necessarily putting I'm thinking about this in Spanish, like a something, put something that restrains the players, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
We don't want
yeah,
to make to control them in any way. I mean, the whole idea behind the reset at the same time was you to control your own time, because there were people staying to 3 a.m. because they had to mine at that hour, because they entered the game at that time, and they had to depend. I mean, they have to change their schedule, their life schedule, to go and mine at 3 a.m. And that was not fair at all. It was not healthy for our users. So we changed the timer to the reset, so they can play whenever they want, and they can manage their own time. The community choose to start and sell and mine at the same time. They never have to do that, but they choose to do that, and we can control what the community choose to do with their opportunities. I mean, we gave them options, and you choose to do this. I mean, there is no much we can do. As Hito has said, we believe in the freedom, decentralization. That's what our projects aims, or we aim, so everybody can, own their own actions, and that's what it ended up. But we first we struggled a lot, technically speaking, because it was really hard to do a reset at this time with full decentralization. Other projects had servers, they have timers, they can reset whenever they want. For us, we had to manage a way so the blockchain could work. That was not easy at all. and we can just go back. It's not easy to go back to the old method, and we really don't want to, because that will be again putting handcuff on the players, so they have to mine at this hour every time, and we don't think that's healthy. That's not a quality of life for our users. It's just not good.
Okay, I see it. I see it. But I mean, we're gonna have a DAO, and we'll see what happens. But I see a lot of people that
For sure.
are getting my point, and I understand what
Yeah.
you're saying. And I'm gonna be very blunt. I mean, the reality is, if you were fooling around with Cryptomines at 3 a.m. and you created your freaking fleet at that time, it's your problem, not mine. Really. I was doing that. I was mining around hours. What I did, you know what I did? I stopped one day. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning with my kids, and I mined that day my 40 fleets at that time. So every day I had it in the same time. Or me as a content creator, if I wanted to do it at the proper time that I was creating content, I had other fleets at the time that I was there. I mean, I think it was our responsibility to be in the proper time. I understand what you did. As a content creator, for me, it was amazing, because I even told you in private, I said, like, oh my God, now it's beautiful. Now I don't have to be rushing whatever I want. Actually, I was thinking, if I start at 7 p.m. my time, I can do a bunch of raids, then it resets and do a bunch of raids again. Oh my God, yes. But I'm thinking about me. So as a altogether, taking away the reset, I kind of like the idea, but well, we'll get to that point, and many people in the chat are saying that, but we don't know.
For sure. What we come from a place where we want decentralization of the game, right? Currently this feature is centralized on the idea that we don't think putting handcuffs on the players is the most optimal idea, right? And we don't want to restrict their options. However, like we said before, we're coming up with a voting power, and if it's what the majority wants, we will implement those
No, it's
features.
fine. I understand the
as long as
concept
they
of
want.
decentralization. What I'm saying,
For
when
sure.
you decentralize and people exploit it,
For
it
sure,
wasn't,
for sure.
it wasn't that effective.
Then,
But
if that's what the player base wants, and they want to be, let's say, if we will make a votation, right? If players want to raise the tax rate to 100% and have it by 30 days, if that's what the majority of players want and the community wants, we can implement it. That's why voting power matters. That's why we want this sort of system.
that's why it's okay.
So
we're just talking here, tossing ideas,
Yeah.
and I think it's fine.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. But that is also a few of the ideas we have explored, and we believe in what we're saying. And if the player base is against it, right, and they think it's not that great of an idea, they'll have voting power to take that out of the conversation, right, and say, okay, we want it to be divided in 3 time zones, so we want it to be random. For sure, it can be done. It will be done by us. The people will have the voting power, and it will be done. So that's what it's important. What's important here is that people understand that we want to listen to them, that we want to understand their concerns, and that I know that they want some features that stabilize the price. And that is indeed what we're planning. And we're taking all of their choices, and we're taking all of their concerns. We're putting them on a voting power, and the game, the idea, and all that we plan off with the future of Cryptomines is to build it together.
That's great. Ace Brook, you have said the same message like a bunch of times. Yes. It was a food effect that happened because of a whale, and changes in the game. Changing the game for the players will not change the fact. We need to make changes on how can we delay or stop the whale conduct with the token. There are ways, but again, it is a token, a public token. What are you gonna do about it?
First, anything that we have to say it right now, because many people doesn't seem to realize that the token is already on the blockchain. We can change that token. It's whatever it's deployed is deployed. Eternal is not. We can add a slippage. We can add some trading stuff or something. That's something we cannot do with this token because it's already deployed. And smart contracts from RC20 standard are not upgradable, so we can change that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The main problem with the community is that play-to-earn communities is not educated with crypto at all, and not educated with trading at all. So they think that changing an smart contract is easy and we have all the power on the eternal token, and that's not the reality. We have deployed the eternal token, we add the liquidity for the initial liquidity of the eternal token, and then the community needs to take the steps over there. Yeah, they need to add more liquidity. We can add more liquidity, but that liquidity is from your own money, and yeah, we already have like we are doing what we can do for the healthy of the eternal token, but we cannot control everything on the eternal token at all.
Yeah.
I know this.
After all, this is let's build Cryptomines together, but we have always built Cryptomine together. This is not the first time.
Yeah. Also, I think I saw people saying that if they vote, they are going to make wrong decisions and we have to make everything by ourselves. And I mean, I understand what you're saying, but remember that it doesn't matter if our decision is the best or the worst for the economy, and it's proven on reality. Like this happens many times in many games, in our game. Even if the decision is good and well calculated, if people doesn't like it, it doesn't work. So you have to find a balance between what people like and what actually works. So we want to ask the community what they want, and then we are going to implement it the best way we can, like we have always done.
That's
Yeah.
a really good point. Yeah, for sure.
Very good.
Yeah. People need to like the changes, not just on the economic sense, but they need to be also they need to also approve of the changes, right?
I know. Why don't you lower your market prices? Because we put the prices. It has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put whatever I want. This is an open world, man. This is capitalism. If I want to put something in 100 Eternal and you want to put it in 5, well, they're going to buy it from you. It has nothing to do. That was a funny question. Sorry, I'm not making fun of you, but it was funny. Out of every question, that was the one that made the less sense. Guys, I'm going to give you like bullet questions that I've been reading a lot. And I want you quick answers from you because this is taking too long and we still have a few things to ask about PvP, about the eternal boxes. How are you going to give me the voting power? We have covered a little bit about it, or we're going to go. So I know the answer to a few. Binance. Everybody, why don't you post it in Binance? Why are you not listed? If you're going to be listed, give us a quick and safe answer of this. Go.
Yeah. But Binance listing is like everyone wants Binance. We are when we want to list on Binance, we will announce it. Like if we can announce it, even if we have like a deal right now, because it's we seen NDAs every day, and we can do that kind of stuff. So yeah, when we can announce it, we will.
Exactly. So when it's supposed to happen, it will happen. We can announce.
I mean, you cannot promise that it's going to
anything.
happen. You cannot deny that it will happen. So if it happens, happen. If it doesn't, well,
exactly.
Stop waiting for it. It's when that's all.
Okay, that's a quick question. Second, that is very important and it's affecting a lot of people. You were in the game with $100, whatever, you invested $2,000. Cool, you know this is crypto, it's your own responsibility, but now it's an issue. It's the issue of the contracts. I mean, even if you want all your freaking attacks, all your mining for 7 days in a row, if you're in this point, it's so much eternal to buy a 7-day contract that it has been impossible for many people. That's what people are telling me in my Telegram. They're telling me all over. And one thing that people are saying here, why don't we help a little bit the community? Well, don't you guys? And you make a 1-day contract to avoid this fluctuation of the token that is killing them. What do you answer about that?
There are many.
Or 3-day contract. They gave me options there. Whatever you say, guys.
Sure.
Do you want to speak? Yeah, I was to say that first we can also make that up for rotation, but we are not really we don't really want to give us things because we don't think that is healthy for the economy. I
didn't say
can recommend you.
Sorry, you understood? It's not free contracts. They're saying to be able to do only 1 day.
Oh, to enable
No. And if anybody said free, no. I don't want you to give anything for free.
Okay.
You know how I am. I want this game to. No. Don't give anything free, man. No. What they're saying instead, right now we can do 7 days. Buy 7-day contracts, buy 15 or buy 30. They're telling you to let them buy only 1 day or 3 days, a lower amount, because they don't have the eternal in the claiming, because they were not producing. I mean, I don't care because I have 300, but it was rough, man. I was paying like 0.00001 eternal, and now I'm paying like 5. It hurts.
Actually, I actually told that like we were planning on implementing that and analyzing it if it will work. So yeah.
Okay, it's been in the works. I mean, you can implement it. You can give us that soon.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great, guys. That's good news. Everybody in the chat, give them a clap. This is good news. I like it, man. That would really help. That would really help. You have no idea how many people they told me, "Wow, I cannot believe it. I won 4 out of my 7 attacks, and literally I don't have the eternal to buy the fuel." So, and for real, that will help a lot.
It'll be 3 days, by the way, not 1.
No 1.
But yeah.
Okay, 3 days is doable. It's less than a half of the money. It's not bad, guys. Are you happy, chat? Look, everybody's clapping. I like it. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. We want it by tomorrow, okay? We want it by tomorrow.
I haven't slept anything, so
I'm joking.
Let's calm down.
Another quick question that I saw around there. Give me 1 second. Oh, well, the other quick question, I'm going to put the other screen because it's regarding it. People keep asking. Come on, guys. Eternal boxes. When I'm going to be able to open my loot boxes? No. Eternal boxes are the loot boxes, or they're different? Now I'm confused.
Yeah, raid boxes are the loot boxes, and the eternal box are a new kind of NFT that can be mint. So yeah.
Oh, so the raid boxes, when are going to be able to open them?
Soon.
Yeah. Very soon, yeah.
I say
Okay.
we are ready.
Well, give me a more specific estimate. I mean, at least give me before 10 days. 10 days?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Okay. It's closer than that. Good.
Yeah. I want to be tomorrow, but maybe.
Just for a heads up, or from developer or website is being prepared for that. So we are on it. It's coming really soon.
Okay, cool. And we're gonna be able to get whatever is here. I can change the name of my fleet. Is one of these things, right? I'm gonna get one of all the options that I have here.
Yeah.
Per box.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, per box. Yeah.
Okay. And then you're gonna have the eternal boxes. What the heck are these? How do we get them? We're gonna get them through the raids as well.
No.
No?
They are going to
tell
be
me, because I'm reading these
separate,
now. I apologize, like I told you, I've been traveling and I didn't read this. So how does the eternal box work?
Yeah, eternal boxes will be paid for in BNB. They are cosmetic boxes and good to have or nice to have things that will be available for the community, right? They have similar things, let's call them upgraded versions of a few of the items that you can get on the raids, right? And in this way, you can actually buy and sell a couple of these NFTs, right? You can get a name change, you can get a faction change, which will actually be a ticket that you can sell for a few factions. So if you get let's say a federation ticket, right, it'll be worth a ton, since federations will actually get many benefits on the upcoming updates, right? You can get actually an edit fleet, which is remove 1 to 3 or 5 workers on your fleet, and you can get remove 1 to 3 ships, right? Which will be able to allow players to edit their fleets in the case that they are stuck with certain amount of spaces or for workers, right? Many people have used some sort of different workers, and then they don't really like them afterwards. So this will be able to mitigate that impact, right? And will be able to be sold by players in the marketplace as well.
Do you have the price already? And when will it be implemented?
It'll be coming very soon. I'll say a bit after the red loot boxes are opened.
Price?
TBD.
Okay. TBD. Okay, guys. What else? When is the 3-day contract? They said they're not gonna give it to us, guys. They say soon. So we just have to keep asking politely, okay? Don't go toxic on the Discord channel. What is the maximum percentage for a planet? I mean, those are questions I will answer in another moment. Now we're going through this. The PvP news, guys. So PvP limitation, we cannot launch a completely decentralized game. We're into I hadn't read this, but the PvP, then we have to wait for 2022. Sadly, I wish we didn't have to. Okay. So any questions, anything about this? I mean, it's self-explanatory. That is the only things that I wish it would have been earlier, but we're talking about Q2. It has to be that far because of the reasons that you're posting here.
Yeah. Right now, the state of the Binance Smart Chain is very fragile. Like when we are on your peak time, the BSC is almost unusable because the amount of transactions that Cryptomines put on the Smart Chain is big. It's like huge amount of transactions. So if we like to make a game like PvP on this fully decentralized game, is we cannot like have like some sort of mechanics because the limitations on blockchain in the current state. We already talked with BSC about this, and yeah, they said they will start improving the chain on the next year. So yes, that's it. We can't do much about that.
I understand. Then we go to the voting power. We've been talking about a little bit about this. So the DAO, so we make decisions that will be implemented in 2022, but I guess a lot earlier. No, it should be Q1, the beginning. You would say you're gonna be able to do it for January, the end, towards the end, or we have to go to the end of Q1. How soon we can have this running, the voting power?
Yeah, the voting power for the current like concerns is going to be in the next week. We have like these already tested, and we are trying to deploy it in production as soon as possible. We will run like this like feature, I guess, in the upcoming days, and people will start voting on that system with their mind power. And yeah, that features that come from that voting power will start being deployed on the 2022, and yeah.
I mean, on December 5th, we're going to have like a voting, but it's a specific situation. What I was asking more was like a DAO kind of thing, like everything will be decided by the token holders. That's where you're trying to get, no? That's what you're talking about in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but not exactly the token holders. We're going to give the voting power to the players who are actually playing the game. It is going to decide by mind power.
Yeah, by mind power, not token power. No,
oh my God, I have some
holding.
friends that are going to have too much power. I hate it. I got to start minting more. I cannot let them beat me. That's crazy. So, I mean, and at the end here, we have the management and vision of the game. You're explaining the whole thing. Is it anything here? It will allow users to have the opportunity to double the rewards after mining the fleet. What is this about it? Make it double. What is this? Come on. What did I miss? I should have read before I came here to this AMA.
Sure. Yeah, that aligns well with the vision and where we aim to take Cryptomines in the future, right? Like we've said before, this is a game that we were always very much gamblers, right? we're gamblers by heart, and we like it a lot. And our vision for Cryptomines is take it a step further, right? Kick it up a notch. So we'll make it double, which is a function that will allow players to basically gamble their rewards every time they go to mine or every time they go on an expedition.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's crazy. But well, we'll see what happens. And you're gonna give any purpose for the legacy workers, or you cannot talk about it because it wasn't mentioned, and I saw like a few people asking about it.
Yeah, for sure. We think we have plans for the legacy workers. However, in this update, it'll probably not come.
We
Yeah.
don't think
It'll
that's a
probably come to
priority.
our
I don't think it's
Yeah,
an
we have-
important thing. It was just a question that
many
popped up. I don't
there are
think
many
people care about
priorities
the
right
legacy
now.
workers right now.
Yeah, many priorities right now. We're currently working on bettering the trust of the community and the state of the game. On improving, right?
Okay, they're asking about the lands again. We're gonna go to the first one. They're asking about that. It's gonna be an auction system, right?
Yes.
And the auction is gonna be based on Eternal, BNB, what? The auction.
Yeah, we have thought about it, and we see benefits in having both of them. So we have currently not we haven't yet decided, right? Exactly, because there are benefits to starting the BNBs, right? There are many benefits that we will get when I starting them by BNB. We could do many things with those BNBs for the players. However, paying a part in Eternal is also very good for the economy, right? So we'll be announcing it as soon as we decide on the percentages and the way we will sell it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Dark Prince, I saw your question. I wouldn't make a comparison again with this game with the one that you mentioned. That game went to shit in 2 weeks and a half. This one is 3 months steady, and actually right now it's way healthier than that game was in 3 weeks. Even though we've been hit hard, really hard, by like, I don't know, $26 million, people depleting the liquidity, and the game's still here. So I wouldn't make the comparison. You have good things. And they're asking if you are certain that doing all those expenses on expeditions with the licenses, taxing, rewards, and giving for high investor is if it is appropriate approach for building up confidence on mid and small size players. I think it is. On the other hand, what about the NFT damages, degradation, or having to sacrifice NFT for repairing fleets, recovering workerships? Very extensive question. I don't know if I want to address that. It's up to you guys. I don't know why I read it now. I'm like getting confused by the question now.
I mean, I think he's trying to ask if that's really gonna help the game. I think that I understood from the question,
Yes.
and yes, that's really going to help the game. We are subjecting to a votation because we know it's a hard measure. I mean, it's not going to be something easy, but definitely it will help the game a lot for everybody because it's going to make the game more sustainable. You need to have a flowing economy like we already have, and that will improve that economy, making the money go in and up every few times. So your investment is not only one time; it's kind of making you reinvest. But that's better for the game and for the longevity of the game. The game will last longer the more the people reinvest.
No, I agree with you, but I read the question.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, it will help the game. But,
that's because there's since you haven't read the Medium, there is a final article that touches on a few of those points. That's why he was asking.
Yeah. We touched those.
A lot of different questions. I don't know how viable is it, or if it is even possible. If you ever thought because of the issues of the BSC, the smart chain is not working properly in the past month. I mean, and I guess Cryptomines is guilty of most of it. But in general, have you thought about doing a cross chain? Is it possible? Like, I mean, you are the experts. Is it possible to try to bring Solana or trying to go to Matic? I mean, Polygon, or at this point, it's literally impossible.
Yeah, technically it's possible. We have talked about this like for since the beginning. But it's hard. It's hard for us because we don't know how the other chain is going to uh, to to behave with this kind of transaction. The Binance Smart Chain was a good chain when we started. Like was fast, was cheap, and everything was working smoothly. And yeah, but we have put like a lot of transaction and everything was congested. And this not only Cryptomines, other games as well are doing the same. And yeah, we don't know how other chains will gonna behave if we like move others the same, and it's like a big risky movement so to take. So yeah,
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
what we can say is we are working very hard with BSC. We have weekly calls with BSC
yeah,
engineers and try to optimize your smart contracts and optimize the chain for the games.
yeah, just think of the damage it can make to all the work and money we have to spend and damage back to the project to move to another chain, and at the end it ends up being the same or worse because there is not proof that you can have these many transactions in that chain. So it's not actually a pretty good idea.
I get it. One quick question. They said if you ever thought about doing like the Axie Infinity system, instead of giving the 30% option to people, it's being totally locked for 15 days. And then you can take it out of 15 days. That's something that ever cross your minds? Does it work? You prefer to people that take it out of the 30%, so you put a lot into like the price pool? I mean, any thoughts about that?
Yeah, the claim system with the tax percentages helps us rebuild the pool where people are claiming with their tax, right? So it's understandable that some people might feel like a full-on lock is better for the economy. However, we will see big cycles of sell-offs every 15 days, right? And we will have been seeing them for a while now. It will be way too big and the liquidity and the rewards pool wouldn't be able to be filled as quickly as it has and to be able to sustain those kind of hits in a few of those scenarios.
Okay. And then, well, the new feature that you have the P2P exchanges, which is pretty good to avoid all the scams. That's great that we're going to have it. You're going to have the price change in the marketplace. That's very great for me that I use it a lot. Just a quick question on that. I assume that every time I want to change it, now it's going to be easier because I don't have to unlist it and list it again, but it's going to be a small charge in the blockchain. I mean, that's going to stay, but it will be only one charge because I change it right away.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. And then the mass mining, that's pretty great. I would love to see that soon. You're telling me the mass mining will come kind of soon? Or not? How soon we're gonna have that?
The mass mining, it actually entirely depends on how we see the perception of the players, right? It's not really up to voting, but it's not on the let's say the immediate list of changes, right?
I think the planets are going to be sooner.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Any question regarding this in the chat? Chad, you're asking like a lot of questions that is like, whoa, bombarding with extremely specific, like, I mean, I have read like at least 100 different ideas on how to fix the game. You understand? I cannot read everything like that. Like you're talking about like a specific percentages. You keep talking about the whales. We have to stop the whales. I mean, guys, we have talked about this in the past hour and a half. There is no way you can stop a whale. If a whale comes with $3 million and wants to buy the freaking token right now, and the token goes up to $500 and that whale sells, it will hurt badly. And there is nothing we can do. Nothing.
I think people just don't. I mean, I understand the hate to the whales because they change the price, they get up and down, but they don't understand that the fact that some people plays with the token. It's also one of the reasons the Eternal got up. Like it's one of the reasons the game got famous, because if there is a slippage move, a big slippage when you trade, no one is going to touch the token, and if no one touches the token, it isn't going to go up, and the game isn't going to be none. And there are many factors. We thought about this, and it's not work. It doesn't work. It's not work to stop the whales with slippage, and we can change it right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot change it. You explained about that.
Yeah.
No, and also there is a confusion. There are people saying, nah, they are whales, but you are a whale yourself. And I'm not a whale, guys. I don't have $1 million to buy a token. Are you kidding me? I don't even have $1 million to buy anything in my life. And if you mean about like I'm a whale inside the game, yeah, I have a bunch of Eternals. I have a bunch of fleets, but I'm not a whale. My wallet is not even in the top 200, I think. So you're wrong about that. And yes, that type, the whales that are inside playing the game, we're not talking about the one holding just tokens ready to be sold. The whales, if you want to call them whales, those are just players that been reinvesting and they have a lot of fleets, like myself. What I have done for the game is healthy for the game. I've been minting like crazy. I do tons of like how do you say prices. I give a lot of things for the community. So I mean, I think you're talking about different things. For me, the world that hurts is when you come as an investor from outside on the crypto world and you come with millions of dollars and you want to play with this token and you are an expert of playing with the token and you hurt. The other whales, they were not hurt in the game, I promise you. The ones that you call whales, which is people with a bunch of fleets that can produce a lot of money.
I guess people need to educate about how liquidity pools works, because the main reason the price is going up is because whales is buying the token. That's it. There is no other reason. I know that many people hate whales because they put a lot of money in the game, but that money that they put in the game, the other people sell, and when the whale want to sell, they will gonna do it. So that's it. We cannot. It's a free market. People, it's like an asset. So yeah, on BTC there's whales, on ETH there's whales, on Litecoin there's whales, on every coin there's whales. So that's why the price is have a price.
Yeah. People have started to think of the whales like a boogeyman or something, but there are just people that bought the token and hold it, and they become big money. Like one person that right now or a few days ago had I don't know 1,000 Eternal. They were a whale because the price was up. But if that person bought those 1,000 Eternal at less price, he made that price go up. That's why he's now have a lot of money. That's how it works. So it's not like the whales are like bad or something. And actually, as you said, the players, the whale players, they bought the coin and started to mint and made that they introduced that money inside the game, and that is healthy for the game. That is not bad.
I'm 100% with you guys. That's why I'm the type of content creator, and other friends of mine, we try to educate people on this, because these the whales are staying. It's gonna happen. There are whales in every single NFT games that you see, even the ones that don't have much liquidity, and they use that into their advantage because they can push, they can do a pump and dump, and it happens, guys. And the confusion that you're having, trying to do this all things that you're giving me 1,000 of ideas, like 70% here, do it like Axie, do it like this. Those things, if you don't do it properly and it's good, those create a lot of food. So you have to be careful with that. So I disagree with some people that you're saying, like, yeah, try to do that like 70% and then don't allow people to change more than $20,000 every 15 days, 15,000. Guys, that's not the way it works. This is a free market. This is capitalism in their maximum expression. You need what happened. You are calling me a whale. Well, me and I have like another 30 friends like that. You know what we have done? We have reinvested. If you didn't give me the possibility of reinvest, we would have been draining the game. And you have to see it, guys. We have to get educated on this for real. I understand many of you came in with only $100, $200, and you feel that you're being used. It's not like that. I mean, that's the way cryptocurrency works in general. So, with all that, let's go for the DEX. This was a very exciting thing when I read it. Tell me, how are you planning to do this? How are we going to have a Cryptomines DEX? And how important will be, because I mean, I spent tons of money with the BNB, so I wanna listen to this.
Yeah, this is a good one. We were thinking about having a DEX like since like the first month of the game, because the main reason behind this is to have like incentives on the Eternals LPs on Eternal staking, and we can start doing like crazy stuff to have like a stack Eternal, earn some sort of fleet, some sort of NFT, some sort of fair into the game. And yeah, the idea we have with the DEX is pretty good. And yeah, and in behind of that we have like the main reason is to increase the liquidity, and the users who want to buy Eternal, they can go on the main site and buy Eternal with their BNBs or BUSD or whatever token they have, because it will be a decentralized exchange. And we guess it's gonna be pretty good for the community and for the game economy as well.
Okay, and did you get it, guys? So how often can we? By when? Because this project is gonna be a little bit more difficult, or
Yeah.
you think
Yeah,
when we can start dreaming with this DEX?
Yeah, this is like having like a separate project, because having a DEX is really it's not part of Cryptomine itself, like that, like the core game. And it will take some time. We can have like an estimated time, but it's gonna be the sooner we can. So yeah, 1 to 2 months, 3 months. We don't know how much it will take.
I understand that it's a long term, but it's very good to know that you have this in mind and you're gonna start working on it while everything is happening. So we're getting to the end of like what it was medium. So repair of ships and workers' illness in our quest to, well, you are talking about the fleets. So the risk level, you're saying after the first 50 miners, your fleets will have a very low percentage that will increase with each day of mining of having damaged spaceships or sick workers. This status will apply directly to the fleet. I want you to elaborate on all this. Why are we creating about this? Why is this happening? How often we're going to be implementing this as well? Can you talk more about this process?
For sure. Regarding this feature, we actually wanted to put for voting, right? Because it is not a simple change, since it will be let's say it's a heavy change for people to accept, right? So it needs to be accepted by the community first, and which is why we put it up for voting, right? It's a way for players to be able to stabilize, right, the supply of NFTs in the marketplace or in the game, right? Because it provides a way for them to be burned, not only for Eternal itself, but towards keeping the fleets healthy and using the absolute best of mind power of your fleet, right? It's actually necessary in the case of the longevity of the game, right? We have always aimed for a game that has good longevity. We're currently on almost our 3rd month of life, and we'd like to keep it going, right? So these sort of changes on long term will actually benefit the economy a lot. And yeah, that's the main idea behind it, extending the longevity of the game. And in this same train of thought, right? We also want that the players to feel that way, right? When we convey all of our ideas, all of our let's say all of our vision, right? All of our plans, all of this project, all of this has been a passion project for us. We love every single day working with this. We hope that our dedication and all of these plans, ideas, and vision are seen through for the community, right? We hope to be transparent enough so that they feel that, and that we have their best interest in mind, right? We always did things and have always done things, and we will keep doing things with their best benefit in mind, right? Because many players do not see that when they see this sort of changes, right?
But this change is for voting anyways. It's one of the main ideas that you have. Is this the one that you're going to try to implement in this voting that is going to happen? Like
we will collect several ideas that will be for voting, including the taxing thing. And this is one of the ideas that will go for voting, yes.
I got it. What I mean, in both chats, so what do you think? Well, how do you feel? Will you vote yes or no? Put it there so they have an idea. How do you feel about that?
Sure.
The 10,000 people that we have in both chats.
So, the pressure is coming.
To have a peek of what the community thinks.
Okay, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Someone is saying that his mom is a whale.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
I see a lot of yes.
I see a lot of yeses. I think yeses might be winning by like 65%, I would say, to 35.
Let's see. Now that the poll is open.
Okay, they're asking me something in private while people are putting yes or no. When we talk about the eternal boxes, you say that are basically more cosmetic usage of them, but also when you say cosmetic, you didn't put anything specific about skins. Are we gonna have skins in the game? So our fleets, they look, cool, like really badasses.
Probably we will start first with things like how do you say? Oh God, I don't remember how you say, Marco.
Frames.
¿Cómo? ¿Qué cosa?
Yeah, frame. Yeah. We will start with stuff like frames, banners, and that will be the first steps. Probably later there will be some skins.
I would like my fleet, those like a banner, my channel, Koji-san NFT is the best, things like that, I know two streamers that hate me, but that you can use it. They're called Ride and Crypto Gamer. They hate me, but I know they will put my banner in your heart. In your heart, you're gonna put it.
Okay.
I think they're listening. Anyways, guys, in the chat, I think we finished everything, guys. Oh, there is a new player. A new player just came in. They look our chart. They see that we were in $800 7 days ago, and now we're in 100. What do you have to say to them? Get in.
Welcome.
Get in. Get into the game. We're doing everything right, and we're going to the moon again. Give me a motivational speech.
Panchito wanna take care of the guy.
Panchito.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting rid of Panchito, by the way? Pancho is the Oracle, guys. You know the Oracle in theory. Oh, look, Crypto Gamer and Raya, they were in the chat. You see? I knew it. They're stalkers. They hate me, but...
There is Panchito, and he will take care of...
Oh, my God, look at Panchito. That's good. Have you ever thought about that? You know that, in my opinion as well, like the Oracle is an amazing tool, but when it's getting abused, when the token drops and the holders take advantage of mining every time it drops, is there any way to mitigate that? That's a technical question. Like making the Oracle work how it's working when it goes up, and when it comes down, you do something different, like a penalization in the price of the token. Is that possible? It wouldn't even be fair.
Yeah, it's we tend to have the oracle like in the free wild. If the tokens drops, the oracles stabilize to that price, and this token up, the oracle will take care of that up as well. So we don't have like an automotive system about that. So it's free.
Okay. No, I'm asking because sometimes I thought like it could be there. So it could be done something to prevent when it is going down. But I understand you guys.
Again, that will be against our belief.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. Specific question, guys. I mean, I'm putting out your chat there. You can see it live. Please don't make any weird thing because I have some haters. Please don't make me get banned. I can't get banned, but it doesn't matter. Any other questions, guys? I mean, I know there are plenty. You're giving me very specific. For example, this guy is going like a specific. I'm going to read it just for the heck of it. El Papi Ronan, he says. Oh, well, he put something. One way to increase the claim would be to add the remaining percentage for the next claim. If you claim 0%, the next claim will start at 30 normally. If you claim at 30, the next will start at 60. And if you claim at 16, the next will be 46. What the heck did you smoke? Is that possible? I don't know. That against is against whatever you are. No? I don't know.
That doesn't sound that bad, but yeah, doesn't really sounds good either. Sounds punishing.
It's going to be on the boat.
It could be on the
Yeah.
boat. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
they
we're not
take
against it.
Can they make it available to mine all my 60 flicks at once? Yeah, I guess that's what they put in the medium. That's one of the things that are coming, guys.
Yeah.
Say no to corralito. I agree with you. We don't want corralitos. We don't want corralitos. If they do
No
a corralito,
corralito.
we're screwed, man.
Yeah.
Nobody likes perralitos.
Nobody likes
Nobody
them.
likes that.
No.
What else? Can you ask them if they have thought about allowing us to set the price of the market in USD and keep Pancho update the price? How do we do that? What? Do you understand that question? How do we set the price in the market in USD? Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay, I got it. So that is a set price. So whatever Pancho makes it go up and down in the minting, he makes the market automatically. I think that's what he is asking. If we can make the market that automatically, it will balance itself. So we don't have to be paying attention with how volatile the token is. And we might be selling something too expensive or too low. I think that's what he's trying to say, guys.
Yeah, I guess we can think about that. Yes, we can have like an idea for that. But yeah, it's a good idea. So yeah, we'll keep it.
I mean, you gave us the change. I mean, right now you did something towards mitigate that annoying feature, which is before we have to unlist it and list it again. Now we only we can change the price right away, so that would be easy. But I get it. It's possible to make the fleet non-NFT items. What? Okay, guys, one more question. Like, how long have we been doing this? It's almost 2 hours. I think it's more than enough. So what do you think, guys? Like a few more questions and we shut this off? You think you have done, you have said everything you wanted, guys? I mean, the floor is yours. Just let me know.
Yeah, I think we've touched upon most of the topics that we were keen on touching, right? Many of the features and clearing up some of the players' doubts regarding the upcoming updates, right? We see a repeating question with the claims. We will put it up for voting, as we've said before. So that'll be there. Since it's one of the most requested, right? We can see that it's always coming up in the chat, always coming up, and well, if that's what people want, we will put it for votation. So I just want to get that out.
Yeah.
I'd like to touch up on something that I've seen a couple comments around that I'd like to say I'd like for people to stop trying to witch hunt people, right? We've seen a little bit of movement on the violent side of the community, right? Of a few communities. And we understand that there's some periods of anger when you feel like someone's responsible for causing a lot of food, right? So we just want to say that people need to breathe, and then we need to understand that this is that you can't always you can't actually advocate for violence towards other people. So that was something we wanted to touch upon.
Okay, guys, are you getting what Hiro said?
Yeah,
Raymond,
that's
do you think that
mostly
the death...
that's mostly for a community. They know who they are.
They know what we are talking about. So
Yeah.
They know.
we can't are not good.
Yeah. No, don't worry, don't worry. We talk about the issue. I mean, they're talking about in trouble about this being a midnight UTC. I mean, the 00 UTC. They gave the explanation. We can put it to a vote. So we're going to have a voting right on that. There are many on the chat that wants to go back to how it was before, me included. But they explained to us, I mean, if you want to have something really decentralized, that's the way to do it. I mean, even if people are going to, gamble, manipulate, I mean, 2 hours before and 2 hours after that time, that's the kind of the most fair. But well, we can discuss that. I believe the best solution is to increase the rate to 90% of the first post claim day and decrease it by 6% per day. Whoa. Okay. It's pretty strong. It's pretty heavy. I mean, it's the same 15 days, but basically then do it like Axie. I mean, I don't know. Just don't let people claim anything for 15 days. Again, we have answer about that. They said it. It would be going against what they have been doing. They strongly believe that if you want to claim it at 30%, you're going to be actually giving a lot for the pool. But it could be. I mean, guys, you can put something that into a vote as well, right? Is everything for a vote? Okay.
Yeah.
Then somebody said, guys, you need to say something to encourage more, those people with $100 to get back in the game and people that have a lot of money to keep reinvesting. I mean, not me. I'm gonna start minting like a crazy guy right now again. But what do you think? What can we say to people to believe in the project and tell them that this is going the right way?
Yeah, one of the many reasons that we were deploying these sort of features and we were deploying all of these updates and news is for people to feel safe in reinvesting into the game, right? We're deploying new planets, which will give different rewards. We're going with mass minting, which will allow players to mint as fastly, as steadily and fast as they want to, right? Depending on however the BSC is going on at the moment, right? And yeah, we just want to let you know that the game is still the same that it was before. We've said it many times before in our previous statements, right? We didn't change anything. The game is still as it was 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago. All of these changes are actually improvements on the game. Fundamentals are still the same. The game's still working, and we'll still keep rewarding the players for reinvesting and investing their tokens, right? Investing in Eternal.
Yep.
So I know it's difficult to trust in this in trying times, right? But we want people to know that the Cryptomines team includes all of us and all of our partners, right? We'll keep working towards delivering the best game that we can, and we'll keep doing our best. We will try and deliver all of your expectations as we have done before. And we thank you all for your patience, your trust, and believing in the game, right? Believing in Eternal.
I think so. They keep saying that if you put everything into BNB or BUSD is how we avoid these whales, something like that, said a guy.
Yeah, I also want to talk a little about because I saw some people asking if they can add to liquidity, and yes, everyone can add to liquidity. That's what the main point of DeFi. Everyone can contribute. There is liquidity pools on PancakeSwap, on BSwap, on Shiba Nova, on several other
Finance.
dexes. Alpaca Finance recently opened a new one. Yeah, BabySwap as well. There's a lot of liquidity pools that everyone can do, and you don't have to put on that in that place. You can just go to ASwap as well to add your own liquidity, and you can get fees for that liquidity. Everyone can do that. It's not only us. That's DeFi. Everyone can help on that. There are several videos on it. You can go on any of our channels and put a slash stake, and they will all the links for the staking will appear and stuff. So everyone can do that. Yeah. So it's we all the time have been able to build Cryptomines doing that kind of things, not only cashing out.
That's great. I have a few technical questions. I mean, I have talked to you about this. I mean, and somebody posted like, why don't we? I try to educate people to try to use more like centralized exchanges. Like, and just correct me if I'm right again. If I go to Bitmart and right now I sell $10,000 in Eternal, that wouldn't affect the liquidity that we see in PancakeSwap or anywhere, any other place, because it's basically an exchange. I put a sell order and somebody that is buying in Bitmart will pay me that. Am I right on that comment?
Yeah.
Or it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
affect anyways?
You are right on that comment, but there's also arbitrage spots that like they buy stuff and buy Eternal on one exchange and then sell on another. So maybe it could be affected by that, but in the technical way, when you exchange Eternal on at centralized, you actually exchange to another user, and when you exchange in that DEX, you exchange versus the liquidity pool, and yeah, that's why the price and the liquidity goes up and down, because you are trading versus the liquidity pool.
I got it. Yeah. So okay. Well, I cannot do it because of KYC, but it's good. I always like to ask. And then the other thing, we were having a discussion yesterday. I'm gonna put it on the screen. When I was meeting with you at the very beginning, I mean, there are two ways to look at the liquidity pool charts. You can go to the KuCoin, which is gonna give you all the BNB basically in PancakeSwap, and then you have this one that is the one in Dex Tools. The one in Dex Tools, what would be the main difference, and why do I have to see this and over $70 million in liquidity instead of looking in the other one? Somebody told me that these are fake numbers. That is not the reality. That is something that does inside the chain and has a multiplier. I was adding, and I strongly believe this is a combination of all the pools that you have. Can you give us a technical explanation of this and why we have to look here, please?
Yeah, PancakeSwap is your main liquidity pool because we choose PancakeSwap as your main DEX when we start the game. That's all. Your liquidity that we collected in the ELO was locked for 2 years on this pool. That's why we encourage the users to go on this pool, because this is the pool that is locked for 2 years. The other pools, like in ApeSwap, Bitmart, and ENC, Get.io, and I don't know, BSwap as well, that pools are made from users or made from use, but not, they are not locked, and yeah, they are controlled by another users. So this pool is locked, and that's why you encourage the user to look on this one, and it's the major pool as well.
Yeah.
So this is the accurate one. So what that guy was telling me that this is just a representation, a fake representation of whatever is just getting the information from the PancakeSwap and doing a weird algorithm to increase it. That has nothing to do. This is actually how much liquidity it is combined with everything you mentioned, logged, unlocked, on whatever we are trading. It is
Yeah, this is-
17,187,000.
This is maybe a misinformation because PancakeSwap have like this 2x, 3x Eternals farm, and this is the reward they give you for staking Eternal BNB LP. That is your the increase on the liquidity pool, but it's not the boost on the liquidity itself. So it's only the reward they give you for staking Eternal BNB.
Got it. Okay, guys, so we're asking me, I mean, in the chat, I'm giving you the link. This is the one that I always use. I don't check because I have this discussion every time when people look at in just PooCoin and they say like, okay, this is happening. This is all we have and that. And since I talked to you guys, you told me to always check this one. What else? Any other question? Yeah, I know your penalty of 90%. We already talked about it. I see the same question. I think we should be done, guys. I mean, I don't see any more questions. It's like repetitive and giving me different percentages of how we should lock people with a claim. That's basically most of the ideas. Other people are asking things that we already talked about, like if there are going to be some improvements of buying like contracts. I know you don't have, they know you don't have enough Eternals to buy your contracts. They're going to try to bring us a nice surprise as soon as possible of you being able to buy only 3 days of contracts, which is a lot less money of the 7 days. So hopefully you have the Eternal to do it. What else? The best question is, why do we have to invest or not invest in Cryptomines?
Well, if you want to get money, just you're going to get the same amount every day. The Oracle.
Yeah, Oracle will make you earn the same.
Yep.
As always.
That hasn't changed, guys. You can be afraid with a chart. Yeah, that's what I told many people in my channel. You go like, I mean, yes, I understand all your concerns, but the amount of money they're giving us is the same one today that it was 3 months ago. Well, maybe change a little bit if you have a new fleet, but whatever. You get my point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know it looks scary. I know we were used to see this going to the moon, the token, but I'm gonna be totally honest. Maybe this is healthy, guys. Maybe this is what we needed. I know a lot of people are hurt. A lot of people came in the past 10 days with the token really high, and this is affecting them. But I'm pretty sure if you came 10 days ago, you already made money. You already made money. I think only a few people that got in the wrong moment right now is really affecting them. But if you're steady there, you breathe in, breathe out, and you start taking advantage of what you can get daily with the Oracle and something, you will recover. If you play with the token, you have those risks. I play with the token and I left thousands and thousands of dollars behind. And I got to live with that decision. That is investing 101. There is not much we can do about it. Anything else? ¿Cuál es el precio que pueda? No, those are very specific. If you want, when we finish this, we go completely in Spanish and we have our own conversation, guys. But I want to let them go. We done? I think. Let me take this out of the here. Oh my God! Look at that! No way! How did you create that with the snap cam?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I have it. Do it again. Do it again.
The filter one? Yeah.
Wait. I'm gonna put it in the big one.
One of the things that the community made, and we want to thank all the community because you guys have done great things. Not only things like this, that also.
Oh shoot! No, dude, I
every
need
way
that.
you can imagine.
I need that.
Yeah, it's really good. You have to search Eternal on the Snap.
I need that. Well, the best one was the meme they did about me.
I really like that one. Yeah.
Koji Jesus Christ or Jesus Koji Christ, whatever you want to call it. That was too good. That was too good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I love it. So, well, guys, thank you very much for everything you have done today. I think you covered a lot. for my side, I mean, I apologize to everybody in the chat that came 100% in Spanish. Tomorrow, you're going to have another one with a different person. So be there. And what else do we have? And that's it, no? Well,
Yep.
and I'm sorry we didn't answer some questions. I think we covered most of them. Probably something escaped. But go to the Discord. You know who they are. If you actually, I never said it, guys. If you put exclamation Cryptomines, you get the whole information about the game. I never said it. Exclamation Cryptomines, and you have all the information about them in both chats. I always have it. And actually still see the beta. There is no more beta something. We can change that, but it's only one link. There is no beta anymore. It's just one link.
one month ago seems better.
Yeah, that's pretty old, but it's okay. Well, guys, thank you very much. I mean, oh, this guy left. ¿Dónde está? Somebody left, no?
Who?
Éramos 5.
No.
We were 5. Weren't?
No?
We were
No.
always 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what I smoked. They're asking me to host. They're asking me to host someone. Yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna host him. The one that was putting a lot of money in the other game and calling Cryptomines bubble or whatever. Sure, I'm gonna host him. Let me not get upset again. That a-hole. Where do I sit? I sit in a chair, dude. What else? Or you're making the reference about if I ate the cake. Well, anyways, guys, I love you, Manuel. Un abrazo. Thank you very much. Robert,
Nos
Peanut,
vemos.
Ito,
Cecilia.
Abrazo.
you guys are the best. Y estamos hablando en privado. Bye bye, American Pie.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.